Thanks, guys. Jay Anderson here, coming to you from the House of Blues, and I'm here with Mr. Matt Tuck of Bullet for My Valentine. Matt, welcome.
Thank you.
You at home might know I'm actually a big heavy metal fan and hard rock heavy metal, and I don't often get to talk to people I look up to and admire, so Matt, I really appreciate you taking the time.
Cool, man, no worries.
So the British Invasion Tour here tonight, Asking Alexandria, you guys, while she sleeps, great bill. How things been going so far for you?
Yeah, things have been great. The tour's been a huge success. Pretty much every show has been sold out, and just having a good time. It's good, man. It's been awesome.
Is there a lot of overlap in between, your fans, Asking Alexandria's? Is there a lot of overlap there, or do you think fans are being exposed to new music every single night?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of both. There's definitely, a heavy Bullet army out there, but you can see the kids there with Asking Alexandria t-shirts on and While She Sleeps and stuff. So it just works well. I think it's a good vibe.
Sure, and you just added a second leg, so that means things are good?
Yeah, no, I think we're going to do it anyway, but I think this has been such a hassle-free, successful run that we thought let's do it with the same package.
And that's a rarity in this business.
Yeah, tell me about it. So yeah, it's fun.
So today's actually a special day, March 3rd. Okay. It's the 30th birthday of Master of Puppets. Wow. Okay. Is Sanitarium going to be in the set list tonight?
No, we've never actually played that song live.
Really?
Yeah,
you did a phenomenal cover.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we just kind of knocked it together in the studio for an anniversary edition of Master of Puppets. Then I think it was 25 years, something like that.
So yeah, you got to do it twice as good now. Right?
There you go. There you go.
Is it daunting when you're in the studio and you're covering a band that obviously Metallica inspired you quite a bit? Is it daunting to actually record one of their songs?
No, not really. We just approach those things. It's just a fun thing to do. It's just we don't get to do much of that anymore. Before the band got signed and we would do demos and stuff, that's kind of what it would be. It would just be like covers and just recording yourself playing songs you loved, So, but nowadays, obviously, it's more just doing our own albums. So when we get to do little stuff like that, it's kind of a nice treat. You don't take it too seriously.
Sure. So you touched a little bit on your background. You've been doing this for a long time. I think one of the common misconceptions of the band is sort of, the Poison comes out and all of a sudden you're on tour with Metallica and Guns N' Roses and Soulfly and all that stuff. But that's not really the case. You put in a lot of time between A to B there.
Yeah, we've been in and out of bands together since we were like 14, 15. And I think before Jay left the band last year, that lineup had been together 7 years before The Poison came out. Mm-hmm. So that's been a long time, like 18 years.
Sure. So would you say, I've heard it described two ways, a band is a marriage and a band is a brotherhood. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't have a brother, but I've got a wife, and I'm not really sure what the truth is. What would you say?
Yeah, it's both of those really. We're a team. We've known each other for forever. We know each other's good points, bad points, habits, ins and outs, everything, warts and all.
Venom came out last year. Great record. Talk to me a little bit how that one came to fruition. I know you went back to Colin Richardson. Sort of what was the thought process bringing him back into the mix?
Just to kind of capture what we had going on, and we didn't want anyone kind of putting their stamp on us. We knew what we wanted to do and what we wanted it to sound like. That's what Colin does, he just comes and captures it. We just thought he'd be a great guy to get back in the studio with,
Sure. And as far as the writing is concerned, are you, gun to your head in a room, you can write a million riffs, or does it have to be the right atmosphere? Do you have to be in a room with the band to sort of really move forward?
It's all of those. Sometimes I can be a riff factory. Other times we can go a month without writing a song, even though we're trying. So there's no formula to it really. We can we just let it take its course. We're in a good position where we don't have to rush or write songs on demand. We just kind of get left alone to write.
Sure. Do you think you've ever had that pressure at any point in your career, or maybe the pressure to write a radio single or something that crosses over, or have you ever had that?
We never had pressure. We've kind of touched on it ourselves. We don't really do anything unless it's kind of what we want to do. So we don't really play that game. We just kind of do what we want to do.
Sure. And did the cover art for this record come before the music? Did I read that correctly?
It was kind of during the writing process and the recording process, really. It was after kind of we had a lot of the songs written and everything just started to tie together with Snakes and Venom and V and Valentine and 5, which is a V. And so it just all kind of come together.
The record comes out critically acclaimed by all accounts. When you put out a record, or you really do anything, the hard rock and heavy metal community is very opinionated, if nothing else. How much do you read about the band? How much stock do you put into it? And do you ever scroll down to the dreaded comment section?
No, we kind of just, I personally, and I think all of us do really, we have that big build-up process, and then the album comes out, and then obviously people review it and stuff, and that's kind of it. And after that, I don't really pay attention. It kind of come into play in the earlier days on the first couple of records where I would read everything and everything said, what everyone said, and the reviews, and would kind of get hurt by some stuff. But nowadays, I couldn't care less.
You talk about your job. You talk about how long you've sort of been doing it. Now that you're your father, I believe, correct? You've got a little guy. Yeah. How do you balance the work and the life and the touring and recording? And is that something you think you struggle with, or something that you're working towards?
Yeah, you can't really balance it. You just got to do it. You can't really have your cake and eat it in this job. But it's what we do and what I've always done. And when I get home, I'm a total besotted father. So I got about another 5 days to go, and then I'll get home.
Let's say you're playing a Wacken or a Hellfest, or with something where there's tens of thousands of people watching you, and I presume you have to puff up the ego and become the front man. How do you then go home and tuck your son in at night, or make his lunch or something like that?
Oh, it's easy just because he's my little human being. It's just a natural instinct that my two lives are very separate. Kind of the bullet thing and my personal life, I don't really mix the two. Sure. So it's just very easy for me to switch off.
So as far as the business of the band, how involved do you like to be on that end?
Very involved. It's my business. It's something that we've created, and we've made this business from the ground up, and it's become a massive global business. Mm-hmm. We employ a lot of people. A lot of people pay their mortgages because we're on the road. It's a whole chain of events as far as the business goes now. So obviously we like to take care of it and make sure it runs like a business, which is a really un-rock and roll thing to say, I know, but you gotta look after it.
Speaking of the business side, you guys, Venom was your last record with Sony. Mm-hmm. Is there any talk of maybe, I know you're looking for a new deal, but you guys have always been pretty receptive to new technology. You didn't shy away from streaming. You've got a new app that's really cool. Yeah. You're even doing Spotify playlists for all the British Invasion tour. Mm-hmm. Is there any thought of maybe just do it yourself and cut them out of it?
At this level, there's no way we could do it. It would require us recruiting and employing an army of people to do what a label does when they just do it. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of in a lucky position where we've actually got a new deal on the table, which we're about to commit to when we get back home. So we're ready to roll.
So you're doing another leg. Well, first of all, you're getting some much-needed home time, seeing your little man. Yeah. Another leg of the tour, probably some European festivals. What does the rest of the year hold for you guys?
Well, before we come back here, we actually go to Japan as well. So I get about 2 weeks off at home, then we go to Japan. Another week off at home, come here, do the second leg of this, and then the summer festivals throughout Europe kick off, really, in that big festival season. Sure.
Is there anywhere that you guys go that you're just absolutely huge for whatever reason, like Hasselhoff or Marty Friedman's got Japan, or know what I mean? Is there anywhere you go that?
I think UK and Europe is our biggest kind of market, I guess, as far as live shows go, with the capacity of the venues. But we've went to South Africa like 4 or 5 years ago for the very first time, and we headlined this festival and stuff. So it's just random things, but it's all good. We're at a nice level globally, which is great. I think that says a lot more about the band than just being big in the UK or something. You know what I mean? It's everywhere we go, there's kind of a massive following. So
is it a little different now that you have families and such? Does your family come out on the road ever? And
they used to a lot until he started school, and now we can't just pack up and come, because he's got commitments as well.
Well, he's gonna have a pretty cool summer job someday, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, it's they're waiting for him when he wants it,
So the real question: if he wants to do what you do, would you talk him into it or talk him out of it?
No, whatever he wants to do, whether it's be in music or science or law or just in the shop, I don't care what he wants. As long as he's happy, I'm in.
Cool, awesome. Thank you so much, Matt. I really appreciate your time. Have an awesome show tonight. Guys, you at home, head over to bulletformyvalentine.com. Keep up with all the latest from Matt and his friends. Download their new app. The Spotify playlist is actually really cool. While She Sleeps is a great band.
Yeah,
you
man.
should check them out as well. And guys, back to you.